Hi, Sarah here. Today we're going to learn a little bit about conifer trees and how to tell the difference between a pine, a spruce, and a fir. Pine trees have long, flowy, soft needles. You can identify the white pine by looking at where all of the needles come out of the branch. It'll have 5 needles. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that lets us know that this is a white pine tree. White pine trees reproduce by producing cones, and that's why they're called conifer trees. Pine cones actually produce 2 different types of cones on their tree. The lower cones that you see here are the male pine cones. They are usually small, less than 1 inch long, cylindrically shaped, and covered in little scales. These male pine cones contain pollen. The female pine cones grow higher on the pine tree. They start out small and green, and they have overlapping spiral scales. Throughout the spring and summer months, wind helps pollen travel from the lower male cones to the female cones at the top of the tree. The female cones open up their scales, collecting pollen from the wind, and then close their scales and begin to mature after being fertilized. Fertilized pine cones become woody and brown and eventually fall to the ground. Some species pine cones open up and release the seeds before they reach the ground, but other species cones fall and have to wait to be opened up by either rot or animals looking for food such as squirrels. Firs and spruces are also evergreen conifer trees, meaning that they also produce using cones. Pine needles are easy to identify because they grow in clusters from the branch and are long and soft. Fir and spruce needles grow individually on the branch and can be harder to identify with the eye. My favorite way to tell a fir from a spruce? Shake its hand. An easy way to remember the difference when you shake their hand is that firs are friendly and won't hurt your hand when you shake it. Spruces are spiky and they will hurt your hand when you shake it. Thanks for tuning in.